and happy that we hit our usual goal of 5.96%. How's it going? It's Rocky. Welcome to week number 8 of what I like to call my 5 to 9 after the 9 to 5. If you're curious what it's really like for an average retail trader trading to make some extra income to supplement his main income, please stick around and check out my journey. So what I'm showing here is the hourly chart for this week, and you'd notice right here on Monday there was not a lot of volume, and that's mainly because the US market was closed due to President's Day holiday. So our first trade of the week was a total of 8 contracts, and we went long, and on this one was our best trade of the week, and we had a net profit of $1,698.48. So this was a trade I started at 8 p.m. and thanks to my OCO was able to exit at 2 a.m. Our second trade here was during my lunch break, just 4 contracts, and essentially for this trade we gained $199.74. Now my third trade here was a short. I did short 12 contracts, and we had a net profit of $249.72. And it was actually this trade that basically caused me to make some really bad decisions the next day, because as if you notice here, this was basically the prelude to Russia attacking Ukraine, and I like to call it the Putin effect because it really shook the market quite crazily. And for that day the market was already down, I want to say it was already down 700 points or so when I did enter during my lunch break, so power hour, because at that time I was like, hey, it already dipped so much, I think we're good to go long. And I think I was missing out a little, because in reality, if I had kept my short the night before, I would have gained at least $5,000. But I decided to protect myself, and that's why I was stopped out. So it's like a double-edged sword, and I think I'd rather go on the route of protecting myself instead of making it be a significant loss, which is what happened right here on this day. I went long. We had a total of actually, with this first one I had to place an OCO, so I protected myself, so I was able to stop out. So basically I had 18 contracts and I was stopped out 6, which was good. That was right before the invasion started, and I had to average down a little bit, but this was a crazy swing to a point that at that week I already had a net profit of over $2,000, and that evening, because I held on to my trade, I was actually at negative 8,000. So it was quite crazy. I was trying to manage how I was gonna have to take care of a margin call the next day, and amazingly, on Thursday it recovered so much that I got myself out of a margin call, and really I was 5 minutes away from making this trade a net profit of at least $1,000. But anyway, with this swing right here, which is our trade number 4, it came out being a loss of $938.68. So relatively, that's a lot better than losing possibly $9,000 for that one. So lesson on the story here, which it's happened to me in the past, I'm still trying to get it out of my system, is I really need to stay away from trading if I feel like I've missed out. So like what I said on the previous trade, if it held on, I could have gained not only $5,000 before I entered, I could have gained a bit more, close to $10,000. But I can't think that way. I need to stick to my rules and basically have my risk management, or else things of this nature could occur, which is problematic. But anyway, the trade number 5 here was again another short that I did. I did it Thursday evening, and this was 8 contracts for a net profit of $508.98. And then Friday, I was actually, thinking I wasn't going to trade at all. And it was crazy because with all the sanctions that occurred, I guess that made the market be more hopeful? I'm not quite sure, because the Dow Jones was up almost 800 points. And if you're following the market, that's ridiculous. That's like 2%. And basically, in the power hour, or close to the power hour, when it was already up 750 points, I decided to short, because really it's hard to follow fundamentals, because fundamentals didn't make sense. It's hard to follow technical analysis at this point. So I was really going with the psychology of it. If the Dow Jones was already up that much, I could short. And anyway, I was able to short, and I could have exited actually with being up $900. But again, the problem, doing this during my lunch break, it's not really ideal. And because of that, we actually had a mark-to-market loss of $454.02 on this last trade. So yes, I'm holding on to 16 contracts over the weekend, and I'll protect myself when the market opens on Sunday, and we'll see how it goes. And hopefully, will come up on top. But if not, I will ensure that I do mitigate and limit any losses. So going straight to the account statement, and no trade analysis this week. I wanted to keep this as short as possible. So right now it's February 25th, about 9:39 in the evening in the Pacific Coast. And the statement I'm showing right now was from Sunday the 20th to today the 25th. And you can look here, the list is getting longer just because I am trading a lot more contracts, and I am trading the micro. And I wanted to point out here that I did withdraw $1,000, so we will add that to our ending cash. And going down the statement here, you can see we had one mark to market, which was the day that I was actually almost down quite a significant amount. And then ending the Friday here was another mark to market, because I am holding on to some of my contracts over the weekend. So now let's look at how we did for the week. Our ending cash was $21,427.64. But since we did withdraw $1,000 from the account, we're gonna add that back. And our starting cash was $21,163.42, and that gave us a total of $1,261.22. So really, I was lucky this week. Really lucky that I still was able to get out green after such a crazy roller coaster swing. And with this one, if you had a 40-hour week in the US, that would have been an hourly rate of $31.53. And just to see what our percentage for the week, which is a great way of measuring how you're doing, and that will be basically $1,261.22 divided by our starting cash of $21,163.42. Multiply that by 100, and happy that we hit our usual goal of 5.96%. Anyway, that's just my quick recap of how I did this week. Future content, I'll probably try to do more trade analysis, because that's more helpful. But give me a comment below. Let me know. Are you just curious about my progress and the transparency of it, or do you care more about really seeing what the strategy I'm using to trade, or any other that you'd like to learn about futures? Let me know, and I'll try to target my content to address some of those. Anyway, I appreciate your time. Please do like and subscribe. But if you didn't like or learn anything, please give me another chance, and hopefully you'll like what you see next time. All right, have a good one.